Welcome to New Strength. I'm Christina Cook Lee. New Strength is a daily devotional offering hope and encouragement to people who are trying to get and stay free from depression and/or dependency. I would encourage you to read along with me. If you're viewing directly on YouTube, check the description area below the screen for instructions on how you can. Thanks for joining me. Our topic is waiting on God. The focus, running with patience. The scripture, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 from the King James Version of the Bible. Wherefore, seeing we are also compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight, and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Running with patience is something I need to work on. How about you? There never seems to be enough hours in the day for me. My husband jokingly tells people my national origin is Russian, because I'm always Russian here and Russian there. A person who has recovered from a history of substance abuse can easily switch over to other addictions that might not seem as wrong, but can be just as destructive. My own problem is not knowing when to quit at the end of the day. I used to be a runner. I ran 3 miles a day, 6 days a week. It was exhilarating. There is a definite rush you get when you push your body that way. I enjoyed the exercise, but I also liked the energy boost I experienced when my blood was coursing through my veins a little harder than normal. That pumped feeling is what I get when I work. These days, and for a long time now, I tend to work harder than I should because of the high I get when I'm able to accomplish a lot. I have a hard time stopping. I tell myself, I just need to finish this or that first, and then I'll stop. Sleep isn't a high priority for me compared to finishing things I've started. Getting more rest is what I really need to work on, especially since I'm not as young as I used to be. I've had the overachiever mentality all of my life. I remember my grandmother talking to me when I was in the 6th grade and telling me I really didn't need to work so hard, as I was in my room copiously rewriting my notes from school, while the other kids were playing and having fun. I was driven from an early age. I liked the experience of getting results from my time and couldn't see much point in playing. I could spend hours working on a project of some kind, but was never very interested in a lot of the things kids normally do when they're young. I see the pattern so well now as I look back over my life. Jobs that were all-consuming and hobbies that got carried away. I'm still overcommitted even though I've got way back. I know I have a problem and I'm working on it, but I'm not there yet. I have to remind myself, a runner who has a long distance to go doesn't run at full speed. They pace themselves so they can finish the race. They run with patience. They are always moving forward, but conserving part of their energy so they will have enough to finish the race. If they try to go too fast, they might not finish at all. What do running with patience and waiting on God have in common? Often we think of the act of waiting as sitting still, not moving. But waiting can have a lot of different forms. Think of a pregnant mother. She is carrying a life inside of her that is under construction. Pregnancy is work. A pregnant mother can't sit still and just wait for her baby to be born. She has to keep doing life as she is waiting for her baby's due date. The closer she gets to the end of the pregnancy, the harder it is to wait. She just wants to have that baby, but she has to wait until the baby is ready. As much as she wants it to be born, she has to accept the fact that a full-term baby will have a much easier time surviving and thriving than one born ahead of time. There is a reason for the length of time a child is supposed to be in the womb. Important development is taking place every single day. A pregnant mother has to, in a sense, run with patience. Most of the time we think of running as pushing ourselves to move forward. In some cases, like mine, the running comes naturally. It's the holding back or not moving ahead too fast, being patient, that's the challenge. When you are ministry-minded and want to help people, running with patience becomes even harder. You want to serve the Lord, and you have all of this passion and zeal. You keep saying yes until your life is spent burning the candle at both ends. You tell yourself you're doing it for God, but there needs to be a balance that allows for quiet time, personal time, time for family, friends, and your day job if you have one. When you're running with patience, sleep can seem like downtime. This is the area I need to work on most. Allowing your body and mind to rest is part of learning to wait on God. It can be a challenge to adjust your thinking to this concept if you're a workaholic. The truth of the matter is, waiting on God is trusting God, trusting Him to help you get what you need to get done in a reasonable amount of time. and not being such a perfectionist that you can't ever see the end of a project that, in your opinion, could always be improved upon. Declaration: I will find new strength by taking myself less seriously. I will give myself time to rest and time to play, knowing that balance is important in a healthy person's life who is trusting God and running with patience. Thanks for taking the time to listen. I would really appreciate it if you would like this segment, and if you wouldn't mind, please share it with someone else who might also benefit from it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the New Strength Devotional channel on YouTube or on WordPress, and then a link will come to you every day in your email with a segment like this. And if you're already a subscriber, I'll look forward to meeting with you again tomorrow. My prayer is that you will find new strength day by day and endless blessings. I'm Christina Cook Lee.